Midnight Ghost Hunt is a great prop hunt game that needs to get more attention. They have been around as early as 2019 on Steam, releasing random alpha and beta tests that many have had no luck of getting into and have taken to the comments section to voice their frustration, which I found really odd as the game seems ready for an open beta as far as the gaming side is concerned. Server side, there may be reasons, also business and staff stuff, but whatever the reason, I was lucky enough to get in on my first try, though I was not notified by email on my phone, so I didn't get to play till the last day. I did, however, get to play enough to form an opinion, though it didn't take long for me to find the joy and hope in this game. With controller support, it also seems like a potential console drop that would only broaden the player availability and make finding matches all the easier. With 2 years of dedicated work and actually updating betas to try out, which we know some games have been in development for longer and never moved on past their first hype, this game is starting to feel so ready to go that again it feels strange to me that it's not open beta at the least. Simply, it's a 4v4 prop hunt with loadouts and a logical backstory. The props are there because they are items possessed by ghosts. These ghosts have unique abilities to help them survive and attack ghost hunters. Ghost hunters have weapons and tools to locate and remove the ghosts. There are even perks. This gives the game variety and makes it replayable, being able to choose and swap loadouts before and during the game. Design your loadout to cooperate and drive in with your friends to locate, blast, and vacuum as many ghouls as fast as you possibly can before it gets to midnight, which is when the ghosts reach full power and can seriously give you the business. This makes props so much more logical than other games. Yes, it's still paranormal, yes, it's still wacky to see objects moving on their own, fleeing from humans with vacuums, but still. Other things have these subtle yet logical details, such as the waiting screen. While ghosts choose the items to possess, the ghost hunters are in the back of a vehicle on the way to the location. This also helps on the flip side. Instead of the ghosts hiding from the hunters that are for some reason just locked in a random room letting you run around, they are just not there, and you can sense them coming. So you start to hide and prepare your defense and race to midnight. You get the vibe of a first-person shooter when you start playing, but it's really like a brutal hide-and-seek game between spirit and man. There are revives, gifted health orbs, loadouts, perks, special abilities, emotes, sprays, custom skins. It all screams PvP shooter. Keeping up with the trends, but becoming the sensible, unique prop hunting game that to me is under the radar for the average gamer. I only found out about this game a week ago through a Facebook ad. This is partially why I'm making this video. Keeping with their guidelines of not releasing gameplay of the test or streaming until given permission, I want more people aware of this game, adding it to their wishlist, commenting on threads, and opting in for betas whenever available. Now for some other stuff, you can change your key bindings. I'm using a Razer Tartarus Pro where my thumb does all the movement and W is jump, S is crouch, blah 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 blah, a bunch of stuff that silences Valorant players a lot when we talk about it. And that's before I mention using WASD to play with an Xbox controller when I first started. Speaking of key bindings, there's an option to change the game's audio, as most games do, but in this one, there are a lot of awesome options that you can customize to be spooky and atmospheric, or go super sweat and focus on just opponent noise. Let's talk briefly about customization. I have mentioned multiple times already about loadouts, but I only barely mentioned skins, which you can choose for both your ghost form and hunter form. The ghost options are the coolest, but you can choose the birthday suit option for the hunters that lets you play with the helmet and underwear. Classic stuff. You can change all of these things before your game, but key bindings and loadouts can also be changed during, as stated previously. Also, before you get into a game, you can go back into the practice rooms after the tutorial is finished, which there is a tutorial per option of Ghost Hunter and Ghost. These rooms will allow you to get used to all weapons and abilities to get an understanding of what they do and what you prefer in your playstyle. I would recommend spending a lot of time here testing every option before playing, as you can unlock these things to use after just a few matches. There's a custom currency that you are gifted at the end of each match. I started with 2,000 when I logged on in the game, but I'm not sure if that will be the same with everyone for every beta on every release. When you complete these games, by the way, they are logged in a profile section where you can see stats like ghost kill counts and win losses, among many other things which much look like old Bungie stats, including favorite weapon. This game is very playable for those new to prop hunt, a refreshing new game for common prop hunt players, and maybe a gift to return players depending on what they came from, like maybe the brilliant and beloved Minecraft prop hunt that deserves respect, but can get old very quickly for some. The game not only looks incredible, but plays very well. You could spend hours with friends or with randoms online, learning new strategies for both sides and chasing each other around like an old game of freeze tag, while you laugh on the edge of your seat because you know your friend is right behind you with a gun. All that is needed is frequent map updates and a custom map maker so things can stay fresh and not become overplayed, where sweats know the maps like their own home and can spot a candle in the wrong spot in the blink of an eye. The game looks wonderful with low, medium, high, and ultra settings to work with. I even went down to medium and the game is still wonderful looking for such a simple concept of a game. Besides a map maker, the only thing I could see this game needing to improve its fan base and playability as well as replayability is a storyline. Something cinematic close to Left 4 Dead, where a large town is overrun with ghosts because of an old portal to hell opening. The portal was closed, but not before releasing tons of spirits, and they need hunted before they spread too far beyond the town, so on and so forth, with potential for DLC and solo play to get the mechanics but not deal with PvP. Also, I know it's not everyone's thing, but it would be cool if it was VR as well. So far, all around good fun. Would expect the game to go for around $30 to $40 on Steam, and maybe get a Game Pass release on Xbox. I hope to get to play some more soon and see a full release in the near future. I highly recommend this game for any player, especially streamers and gaming channels, as it holds the potential for a good time and a lot of content. Anyways, this has been Tony420 with Neologist Gaming. Check me out on Twitch, links in the description. You have a good night.